that if you guys are thinking about coming here, that you definitely want to know, right? So the first one being, there's a huge difference between exchanging money here. Well, not a huge difference, but there's a difference if you exchange $100 bill versus you exchange money that totals to $100 bill, right? So if you exchange $100 as a single bill, then as of today, the exchange rate is $1,300. If you do it in 20s, like 520s,
20s, 50s, 10s,
any
other denominator.
Yes, then it's $1,250. Now that might not seem like a significant difference, but if you're exchanging large sums of money, such as maybe anything over like 1,000, 1,500, then that's when it starts to like actually make the difference. So, you want to talk to them a little bit about our experience yesterday?
Yeah, so typically, well, I went with the intention of Western Union. Western Union usually gives you the best rate. They were offering 13.29 at the time. But the problem is two issues with Western Union. Unfortunately, the fees were one of them. Here in Argentina, the fees were pretty high. It was about $35. So unless you're exchanging a large quantity of money, it actually makes sense to use the blue dollar method, preferably. And the other issue is, I think we didn't try to exchange until a little later due to all the issues we were running into yesterday. But by the time we got there, they were saying that they don't have any more cash to give. So we weren't even able to use Western Union to begin with. And also another note, when you do go to exchange the $100 bills, it has to be the new blue dollar $100 bill, or they don't want it. I mean, they'll take it just at a lesser rate. But
Yeah. So, excuse me guys, I'm gonna look at my phone because I took some notes on some important things here. So, yeah, so the exchange rate, which was one of the first things that that was surprising to me at least. And then the second thing is the weather here. So it's Sunday, August 31st here, and it is literally freezing. It's freezing right now. I'm not sure if you guys can see outside, but it's raining. The weather is just different. I mean, we did check the weather prior. We saw that it was cooler, but we're like, it's not that cool, right?
it's Argentina.
Yeah.
It can't be too cold.
Right. But no, literally at this time of the year, everybody is wearing like a hoodie, a sweater, a jacket. It feels like fall back home in Connecticut, right?
It's about 15 to 60 degrees here right now.
Right.
So it's pretty cold.
Yeah, so if you're definitely coming here around this time, definitely think about a hoodie, sweater, jacket, something. Like even today, like he slept with the heat on tonight because it's that cold. So just something for you guys to think about if you guys are coming around this time. Definitely check the weather and definitely don't overlook it, 100%. Number 3, the nightlife. This is another important one too. I saw it online, but it's one of those things where it's like, you see it, but you're like, I don't really believe it. But everything here opens super late. So like the clubs, it opens 12, 1 a.m. So you kind of have to be like a night owl if you're trying to like go out, right? Definitely plan maybe like nap, some kind of rest schedule if you can. Because it seems like most things don't open up that early in the morning. It's not going to be like an 8 a.m. thing where you're going to go run and get coffee. Like everybody is, especially on a weekend too, right? So that was kind of shocking to me. What were you going to say?
No, you pretty much nailed it on the head. Yeah, the nightlife was pretty good. We went to a place called Kika.
Yeah.
Nice crowd. So we were 18 to 30ish.
Yeah.
decent spot. We didn't spend the entire night there, but it was about, I think they had a range from 5,000 to get in. And that's just, getting in. Once you leave, you can't get back in. They had other options too, like 10,000 you would be able to get in plus a drink. I think it was maybe 20,000 would be like a VIP.
Yeah.
It comes with a drink as well, and you're able to go back in and out. You got a little section.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. By about 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I would say that's when it really became packed and full.
Yeah.
So just, it really doesn't start until later.
Yeah. And if you look online, some of these places, they legitimately said they don't open until like 12 or 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, bro, like, how much time can we kill before like we want to go out tonight? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, even like tonight, we're like, oh man, maybe we should go out again. But it's like, damn, that's a long way from now, right? And so, obviously it's raining, it's unfortunate, but we're still gonna make the most of it. We're gonna try to find some activities to do and keep ourselves busy and make the most of it. Now, is there anything else that maybe you realize in particular that you kind of wanted to mention, maybe to folks that are watching?
Anything specific? No.
Anything that you noticed?
Noticed?
Like, for one thing that I noticed is like, everybody here at night is just walking on the streets. It's like super safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there's a lot of like couples here that's like walking. So it's like, if you're thinking about like bringing, like, this isn't like a really like, this is more of like you're bringing your girl here. You want to like travel, explore. It's that type of vibe, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
In case you're thinking about like, hey, is this a guy's trip type of thing? Is this like, what's the vibe? It's very like, it's very couples. There's a lot of people on the streets kissing. It's a good vibe though. It's a good vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But just know what you're getting yourself into for sure.
Yeah, so
One other thing though I wanted to also mention too.
Sure.
What do you think about like the prices here? Like, do you think things are expensive, cheap? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think they're a decent price. We went to I would say it was a pretty fancy looking restaurant yesterday. We only ended up paying like $35 each.
Yeah.
So the prices were, we eat a lot, so
Yes.
we got our money for it.
Yeah.
Just based off of that, the prices were pretty decent.
I will say, like, at least yesterday, we haven't had a ton of food yet, but
Mhm.
that food was pretty decent. Pretty decent, from my opinion. And so as we, continue through, we'll be able to give like a full review of like the whole trip and kind of really unpacked it. But from that first initial part, I was like, okay, food is hitting, prices are decent, the nightlife is lit, right? And so let's see what else, Buenos Aires has to offer.
And I do remember what it was.
That's what I was hoping for.
What it was I was thinking. To get back to you about the stereotype.
Oh yes, let's get to it.
I don't know. I don't think that it was. I don't think the issue is that we're black men. 'Cause I met a couple people. I met somebody in the elevator. They're like, "Hey, you guys, you're American,
Right.
I have my husband." I told her I was from Connecticut. She's like, "Hartford." I'm like, "Oh, like."
Yeah.
It kind of shocked me. She said my husband used to work out there or something. So, and the people are, you talk to them, they try to help you, I guess, but it's just more of a language barrier for them, I guess. It's more that it's not your. I won't say it's that we're black men. I think it's just that we're not Argentinian,
Right.
if that's the term. But what about you?
I think from my perspective, I think it's interesting, like really just like analyzing everything yesterday. I think that one of the things that I would say is like if you meet someone out on the street, they're probably not the most receptive to you.
Right, that's true.
Like they're walking past you, like you said hi, hola, whatever the case is, they're not really paying you any mind. Like
That's true.
But if you're maybe at a club, maybe like that type of vibe where it's like more acceptable or like normalized, they're more likely to talk to you. So, but it's like other countries where I've been to, it's like, you know, you walk past people and they're so friendly, hi, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, I guess so.
I think that's the type of thing where like I realize where it's like, okay, if you're gonna talk to someone, make sure it's definitely for like a purpose, and that you keep it brief because they're not really looking to chat. You know what I mean? So there's that.
For example, I don't know if you guys hear that the stereotype that French people are rude. Well, I've been to French and they're a lot more receptive than they are here. So take that from what you know. Take from what's the term?
Take that for what you want, or something like that.
Yeah, take what you want from that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
That's a good point. I will say though too, like in terms of like the racist thing, I don't think that, because like we've talked to like a few people and like we've had like positive also interactions too.
Right.
So it just really ultimately like depends. I will say though, there isn't a lot of black people out here.
Nah,
Like
maybe we've encountered, not actually encountered, but maybe seen from a distance, one.
Yeah.
Maybe one.
Yes.
Out of thousands of people. So.
Yeah. We're like sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy, but I think you know, it's definitely different. It's a unique experience I've never seen before. And yeah, we're just going with the flow with this, man, you know. So